Super European Goalball League Champions League. It's our second round of games in the Women's Champions League. It's our second fixture after the men's competition returned this afternoon, and we have the hosts, Sporting CP, taking on RGC Hansa. Both of these sides have wins to their name in their opening round of games, and it is Hansa who will get us underway in the red shirts, as Sporting in the dark green. Charlotte Glacier will throws this down this near side, 30-year-old German. And here is that unique throw from Anya Custodio, the Brazilian. Amanda Dennis from the USA, 27-year-old, just arced her run to this near side to try and get the first goal. So the three starting for Sporting: Anya Custodio, Amanda Dennis and Vasarika Ago, all from three different countries, playing for the Portuguese team Sporting, and Sporting have taken the lead. The first goal of this game goes the way of the hosts. And to confirm the three for RGC Hansa, number 3 Lisa Triebel, 4 Charlotte Kircher and 5 Pia Knut. Here is Anna Custodio. She managed to generate a lot of power with that unique throwing style. It works for her, and it's come off with great results. Well, both of these teams won their opening game. RGC Hansa 13-6 against Lyon in the opening game of the day. It was Pia Knut with 7 goals and Charlotte Kircher with 5 goals. Lieber adding 1 as well. They were the goal scorers in the first one. And it was Amanda Dennis and Anya Custodio who scored the goals, 7 in total in their first game for Sporting. The opening 2 games of the day. Custodio going down the central route has blocked Lisa Triebel, the 21-year-old. We have Kat Glasnap, who's 16, one of the youngest players here in both the men's and women's Champions Leagues. Lots of young talent out there in the tournaments this year. Certainly wants to follow in the future. Both of these teams are putting maximum effort into their throws. Pia Knut on that occasion on this near side. Or has it just bobbled in? It has. And Lisbon Sporting have doubled their lead. It's 2-0 to the hosts inside the opening 2.5 minutes, with Hansa looking to respond. That throw this time is wayward of the mark from Anya Custodio. So at the moment, Malmo leading the way in the Women's Champions League. 2 games to win, 6 points on the board. It's been a strong start from the team from Sweden. They wrapped up their victory in the first half against Lyon in the previous game. 11-1 with 15 seconds to go in that first half. It was a comprehensive victory for Malmo. This one could be evenly matched. These two teams with international players. Lots of stars on the courts. And a Custodio going for that corner, really well saved. Pushed away by Pia Knut, playing on the right of the 3. left-hand side, the near side as the camera is facing, from Charlotte Kiesha. Kuriakos with that effort as shot blocked. And just a reminder, our next game coming after this, we'll see Old Power against Aiki Kipushkwa, the team from Spain, Aiki. Oh, it's taken all three of them to almost pounce on the ball together to gather that ball. Amanda Dennis now. Kuriakos happy with that defensive effort from his team, the RGC Hansa coach. So both of these teams have men's and women's teams performing in the Champions League here in RGC. This is day 3 of these Champions League. 2 more days to come after this, with the winners being crowned on Sunday. Good defensive work again. Kuriakos is having to do a lot of work on this far side, on the right. Mainly blocking the fearsome efforts from the Brazilian Anya Custodio. Oh, and it ricochets. Oh, and it's just stopped on the line, and the coach, Kuriakos, puts both hands in the air. Celebration and maybe a bit of relief as well. 5 minutes gone in this first half. Sporting lead by 2-0. Another really good defensive block. Oh, and it just trickles on, it just hits the back. Oh, but Charlotte Kiesha, and it's 3-0 now to Lisbon. Well, the sporting coach, Marcia Ferrer, has had a lot of work to do. She's been coaching the men's and women's teams at these Champions League, and suffered her first defeat in the men's, losing to Inversports, and she'll want to make amends with the women's team. Already 1 win to their name earlier on, and they'll be hunting for their second, the hosts. Reminder that Sporting did win the 2019 Champions League here in RGC, beating BCI Copenhagen in the final. A name that people might recognise is Sevda Altındulok, the Turkish international, a star on the international scene. She scored 25 goals in that championships in 2019. Nor could want to defend here, but it's taken a team effort to block it. Well, as of 2019, Anya Carolina Custodio with 19 goals. That was as of 2019. Well, she's added a fair few to that tally, certainly in this tournament, in the overall goal-scoring standings. And that's a 4th now for Lisbon. They're pulling ahead now. Work to do here for RGC Hansa. timeout is called by the coaches, Christoph Gortz. And just a moment to refresh. 5 minutes to go in this first half. It's a 4-0 lead for Sporting. A really dominant opening half of goal ball from the hosts. Wow, there's a double effort from Lisa Driebel and Pia Knut to stop that one, and Knut will now respond. Oh, it's a venomous effort. Just about stops in front, and Sporting now take advantage of the gaps that were opened up in the RGC Hansa defence. They left a gap open there, and it was taken. Brilliant work from Sporting. It's 5-0 with no response thus yet from RGC Hansa, and the Custodio goes again. It trickles and it's saved by Charlotte Kircher. Kircher now with a shot of her own. Blocked. Quick reply. Oh, another good save. Kircher using her feet, sliding on her belly to save that one. Pia Knut launches an attack down the centre. Saved. Well, that one was kicked away by Vasiliki ago. So a reminder, we have 3 nationalities on the court here for Sporting. We have Brazil, Greece and the USA, all represented in the Portuguese team Sporting. But plenty of Portuguese players on the bench for the hosts, including the 18-year-old Leona Silva, who came on to a large applause in the Sporting's first game of these championships. I'm sure plenty of you are following this game who are big Sporting fans and cheering the hosts on, and I'm sure you'll be delighted in how the game's going. Oh, and it deflects in, and this time Charlotte Kircher couldn't keep this one out. She's pulled off some really good saves, but on this occasion she couldn't keep it out. 2 minutes remain of this first half, and Sporting lead by 6 goals to 0. And Leona Silva is getting prepared to come on for Sporting. Marcia Ferrer is just giving some instructions to the youngster. Substitution here then for Sporting. And it is number 7, Amanda Dennis, who comes off. And Leona Silva comes on. Another really good opportunity for the 18-year-old to shine. And I'm sure she'll want to take it. Just a skimming effort this time. We've seen a lot of power in the throws from the Lisbon players, but that one just skidded along the surface. Timeout called. With 1 minute remaining on the clock in this first half, and it's Sporting who are in complete control. Both of these teams coming into this game with 3 points to their name, but it's Sporting at the moment who have 6 goals and they're on course to make it 6 points in the group. This one is also referred to as Pool C. If you see Pool C fixtures on the schedule and results page of the Super European Goalball League website, that is referring to the Women's Champions League. Good teamwork to stop that one. That was heading goal bound, and Hansa respond, and they have their first, and their coach is delighted. Christoph Gortz, that's their first one. They needed that one so desperately, did RGC Hansa, their team from Rostock in Germany, have their first of this game. And here is the youngster, Leona Silva. She was playing in a central position in the first game against Old Power when she came on. She's now playing on the left. So 30 seconds remain of this first half, and it's been a really strong performance from Sporting, leading by 6 goals to 1, and Hansa, well, they've pulled one back just before the break. Is that a benchmark? Is that the start of something for RGC Hansa to try and get themselves closer to the Sporting score? Final throw of this first half, and it's saved by Pia Knut, and there is the response just before the hooter. But it is Liz Sporting who have the lead going into the break. It is Sporting 6, Hansa 1 at the break, and we'll just have a quick run through of the goals for you. That was the first of 6 in that first half. There were some near misses for Hansa. They nearly got to a couple. That was unfortunate, just hit the back of Charlotte Kiecher. That was the second one. Here's the third. Straight through the middle. It just sliced open that RGC Hansa defence. use of the 360-degree throw on that occasion. And that was another really unfortunate one for Charlotte Kiercher. She had actually stopped quite a few in that first half, but unfortunately just on that occasion couldn't get to it. Well, it is Lisbon who lead by 6 goals to 1. A dominant showing. They are on course to register another 3 points and match Malmo at the top of the Women's Champions League table. We've still got plenty of goalball to come. We've got the likes of Old Power against Ike coming up next, with Ike and Old Power both at the moment on 0 points, and I'm sure they would love to try and register 3 points and to get their campaign underway. Well, at the moment, just a brief mention back to Pool A, and it was Inversport who finished top of Pool A, as RGC Hansa finished top of Pool B. It was a win for Inversport over Sporting in what people are calling the rehearsal for the final in the Men's Champions League. Well, I'm sure the rest of the teams will have something to say. Personally, I think there are lots of teams in both of these competitions that can cause a surprise and have produced some fantastic goal ball, and they're gonna have so many more twists and turns along the way, so don't count anybody out just yet. So a reminder then for the Women's Champions League, the top 4 of the table, there's only one group of 6 teams. The top 4 will qualify for the quarter-finals. The bottom 2 teams will play in a 5th versus 6th playoff. And we will have the start of the knockout games tomorrow. In fact, the first playoff game, knockout game, will be in the men's 12 o'clock tomorrow. That'll be 5th in Group A versus 4th in Group B. And that will be Moscow taking on Lyon, and that will be a playoff to decide who will take the final quarter-final spot in the Men's Champions League. So as we head towards the weekend, we have 4 more games to come after this one. And it is 6-1, and we'll get this second half restarted. So Sporting just need 5 goals without a reply from Hansa to take the victory. Out to play. Stop. Amanda Dennis is back on the court now. She's joined by Anya Custodio. And then the number 9, Vasilika Ego. So it is the starting 3 back on the court. Here is Custodio with that recognisable throw, that unique throwing style. Fizzing it down the top half of the court, and the reply here down the centre is blocked. Oh, and it's Anya Custodio again. It's a 7th now for Sporting. 4 away from victory. Referees have just gone over to the VAR table. They've spotted something that they just want to double check. With the score at 7-1 to Lisbon. So just a pause in play here. The referee is finished checking over. Romualdez Vazdielkush, the referee. Canute now will get us back underway. The ball just goes past the right post. Comfortable stop for Anna Custodio. Again, Anna Custodio in the best position to stop that, and she fires one back. It's a good save. Well, Charlotte Gertsch has had to do so much work on this left-hand side, and she's done it really well. And that's another one for Sporting. Edging closer and closer and closer. Well, just under 9 minutes remaining, and Sporting are on course for a big victory here. Canutes down the centre. Oh, and it just rolls past the left-hand post. It was a close one for Hansa. And they nearly found the back of the net and found their second. Nearly the sucker punch there. Oh, and it just fumbled its way in. Pierre Knuts couldn't do it, couldn't keep it out this time, but the coach, Christoph Gortz, has shown the green card and wants to check the VAR. So the referee heading over to the VAR table to have another look at this. It's possible we could potentially get another replay of that, and we could take a look ourselves to try and figure out whether it was a penalty against Lisbon. The officials have gone over to the VAR table just to take another look at this. With 8 minutes and 10 seconds remaining on the clock. It's Lisbon 9, Hansa 1. So just a pause in play. Still trying to figure out whether this is going to be given, this goal. And they've made the decision. Official coming over. Well, the goal stands, it's 9-1. Didn't get the decision their way, Hansa. And it's another step in the right direction for Sporting. 2 goals away from confirming victory. And here is Leonard Silva, who comes back onto the court. Right. 9-1, 8 minutes to go in this second half. Good block. Comfortable in the end at the front. Pierre Knuts will now have the chance to try and pierce through the Sporting defence. Not this time though. Sarika a go in the front, and here's Anna Custodio. Can she finish this game off? It's another piercing throw, and it's broken through the Hansa defence. It's 10-1. They're 1 away, Sporting, from confirming victory and going to 6 points. Substitution for RGC Hansa. And it's going to be Charlotte Kirch who comes off. She's got through a lot of work. A few things haven't gone her way. And now we get the opportunity to see Katja Glasnap, the 16-year-old German, coming on to the court. What a moment this is. The 16-year-old, one of the youngest players in the Champions League, if not the youngest in the Champions League. And she is gaining some valuable experience. She takes control in the centre. Oh, and it's a whisker wide of the left post. It was nearly all over there for Hansa. Sporting nearly were an inch away from confirming the victory. And Leona Silva may have the chance to complete the victory. Good block in the middle by the 16-year-old. Youngster to youngster. The stars of the future on the court here for Sporting and RGC Hansa. What a fantastic moment this is. Lots of experience and great players, and we're also having the opportunity to follow the youngsters and the potential stars of the future. Timeout called with Sporting leading 10-1. Good block from Katia Glasnap. Blocks it to her left, makes a significant stop. Another right at the front. She's taking control of this defensive setup, the 16-year-old, and doing really well. And now on this far side of a restart. Ball had already gone out of play, so the game continues as we enter into the final quarter of this game, with Sporting only needed one goal to secure the win. And it ricochets backwards, and thankfully for Hansa, Lisa Treble is there. Oh, and it's blocked, and it's deflected in. It was blocked initially by Katia Glasnap. And that is victory for Sporting. A huge win over RGC Hansa. And Sporting have their second victory. It's 6 points out of 6 in the Women's Champions League. What a performance from the hosts. And there is the familiar cry, the roar of delight from Sporting CP, and this is how it finished. The replays of what was a dominant performance from Sporting. Well, 2 wins out of 2 for the hosts, and as for RGC Hansa, a win and a defeat in the group stages of the Women's Champions League. Well, that brings a close to that one. We now move on to our next game, which will see Old Power take on Aiki. Don't go anywhere, that'll be coming up next.